Imagine a place where every corner looks like a postcard. Snow-capped mountains, lakes so clear you can see the sky in them, and villages straight out of a fairy tale. Welcome to Switzerland, one of the most beautiful and peaceful countries on Earth. In this video, I'm taking you on a visual journey across Switzerland, through charming cities, hidden villages, and stunning natural landscapes. Let's begin the adventure. The Swiss Alps are the crown jewel of Switzerland, massive, majestic, and awe-inspiring. These mountains draw adventurers, dreamers, and nature lovers from around the world. Whether you're skiing in Zermatt, hiking through Grindelwald, or just standing still and soaking it all in, the Alps have a way of making you feel small in the best way possible. And if you're lucky, you might even spot a mountain goat casually climbing a cliff like it's nothing. Now let's talk about the lakes. Oh man, the lakes in Switzerland are something else. Lake Geneva, massive and elegant. Lake Lucerne, surrounded by mountains, almost unreal. Then there's Lake Brienz and Lake Thun, with their dreamy turquoise waters that don't even need filters. These lakes aren't just for showering. You can swim, paddleboard, cruise, or just sit by the edge with an espresso in your hand. Swiss cities are the perfect mix of old-world charm and modern cool. Zurich is sleek, stylish, and surprisingly fun, with trendy cafes, art museums, and lakeside views. Lucerne looks like a medieval painting, with its wooden chapel bridge, old towers, and cobbled streets. Then there's Bern, the quiet capital with a laid-back vibe, and Geneva, where luxury meets diplomacy. Each city has its own personality, but they're all spotless, organized, and super chill. Leave the cities, and you'll find yourself in the kind of villages people dream about. Lauterbrunnen is surrounded by 72 waterfalls. Yeah, 72. Zermatt, with the Matterhorn watching over it, is picture-perfect and car-free, and places like Appenzell and Wengen, they feel frozen in time, but in the best way. Wooden chalets, flower-filled balconies, cowbells echoing through the valleys. This is the Switzerland you fall in love with. If you ever thought train rides were boring, Switzerland will change your mind. Here, trains glide through mountain passes, over stone bridges, and past postcard villages. The Glacier Express? It's not about speed, it's about the view. And the Bernini Express? It literally climbs through snow and glaciers. You just sit back, sip your coffee, and watch the most stunning views roll by your window. Everywhere you go in Switzerland, nature is close. Forests that smell like pine and peace. Waterfalls that roar like they've been waiting for you. There are hiking trails for every level, from casual strolls to epic mountain treks. You don't need a plan here, just walk, breathe, and let nature reset your brain. Swiss food doesn't try to be fancy. It's comforting, cozy, and perfect for the scenery. Melted cheese? Yes, please. Fondue is a must, especially with friends and mountain views. Rusty. Think hash browns but better. And the chocolate? It's everything you've heard and more. Find a local chocolate shop, grab a bar, and thank me later. There's a calmness in Switzerland that's hard to explain. Maybe it's the clean air, the quiet trains, or the way people greet you with a smile. It's efficient, safe, and peaceful, but never boring. People respect nature, time, and each other. It's the kind of place that reminds you to slow down and enjoy the little things. Switzerland is more than just a destination, it's a feeling. Whether you're wandering through a forest, drinking hot chocolate by the lake, or watching the clouds hug the mountains, you feel connected. If you're planning a trip, trust me, go. And if you're just here for the visuals, I hope this gave you a little peace today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment your favorite part, and subscribe for more travel content. See you in the next video.